You hear the word Viking, and you picture ships, raiders, axes flashing in the cold northern light. But the real story doesn't end on the battlefield. It begins after the silence, after the warriors are dead, after the villages stop burning, after the screams fade into smoke. Because for the women left behind, survival was not mercy. It was something far darker. When Norse raiders struck coastal settlements across Britain and Ireland, they didn't just come for gold. They came for people. The men were often killed quickly. Resisting meant death. But the wives, the daughters, the survivors, they were taken. Not randomly, not in chaos, but as part of a system. Medieval records like the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle describe raids where entire communities vanished overnight. Not just burned, but emptied. Because captives were worth more alive. A strong man could be ransomed. A skilled craftsman could be sold. But women, especially young, healthy women, were considered the most valuable of all. Not as individuals, but as property. The process began immediately. After a battle, survivors were gathered and inspected. Age mattered. Strength mattered. Those who couldn't survive the journey were often left behind. The rest were marked, divided, and taken to the ships. A Viking longship was not built for comfort. For captives, the journey was brutal. Cold winds, limited food, little space to move, and no idea where they were going. Some died before reaching land. Those who survived faced a different fate. They became part of the Viking economy. From Dublin to York, from the Baltic to the markets of the East, human beings were traded like goods. Records from early medieval Ireland show that slave markets operated openly. Prices were recorded. Lives were counted in silver. A young captive could be worth more than a weapon, more than livestock. But not all were sold. Many were kept, taken to farms, settlements, and growing Norse colonies. There, they lived as thralls, slaves with no legal rights. They could not leave. They could not choose. They did not belong to themselves. Their lives were controlled completely. Even the law reflected this reality. Early Scandinavian codes didn't treat them as wives. They were property. If someone harmed them, it wasn't considered a crime against a person, but damage to ownership. Some captives tried to resist. The sagas mention rare cases, a woman striking back, escaping, or refusing her fate. But these stories are brief, because resistance rarely ended in freedom. It ended in punishment meant to